Powerful chat today. Collectively, we're going through a near-death experience, and the purpose is to gain perspective from our brothers and sisters. And people that have had this near-death experience, like physically, we're emotionally going through it. I'm reading Beyond Fourth Density. People are in the chat commenting about this right now. It's a very powerful talk that we're all going to have today. Appreciate everyone getting on the live stream. Chris, Anna, David, thank you so much for coming on. A lot of people are feeling that tiredness, David, and that's what this talk is all about. It's really going to help us understand what we're all going through it. If you're a person that is going to go through this ascension process, you're going to go through this near-death experience. I'm going to break this down to a fine powder today. There's a lot for us to discuss. I'm grateful for everyone coming on for this chat today. If you're watching on the replay, we're just giving everyone a few minutes to get on. I know a lot of people will be watching this video because so many people are feeling this. I'm already reading the comments right now. Grateful if you could click the like button. It's a great support to get this information out. It's my honor to do this. Your support for me putting this out is greatly appreciative. Helps us get through the algorithms, allow people to know the importance of these chats that we have. It has been a brutal and grueling process. And as you're coming in, I want you to put in your mind, I've done this before with June of 2023. If you're new to me, I discuss these energetic points that we as the collective, we go through, whether it's here on this channel, whether it's people that I meet in everyday life. I talk about certain time periods that we all kind of experience this. Have you been in a holding pattern since November of last year, 2024? Have you been in a holding pattern? Something happened, and you say and it's very uncomfortable. It feels like God is holding you. You're almost going through the Heinrich metamorphosis because your spirit, and you might have this feeling, I might as well be dead, this near-death experience, because this reality, I'm not able to maybe move forward. November 2024, leave a comment. Midge just writes, oh my God, yes. I like to nail these things with laser pinpoint accuracy. We could be across the seas, and I'm maybe discussing the life experience that you're having in these brutal energies. Cliff is writing the same thing as well. I appreciate you coming on, Cliff. November 2024. A holding pattern. And your life, you could say, you felt like things were going to move forward, but it actually moved backwards. But then, and I want everyone to listen very carefully, from that, you also could say, you know what, I've gathered a lot of information. I've seen a lot of things that I never saw before prior to that. And because I went through this grueling process, it's very grueling right now. Rior writes, it's been hell for the last 5 years. I did a full video on that. You might have stumbled upon this message today, and you could say, you know what, it's been crazy. We went through a quantum chaos since 2020. Some people call it the year of clear vision. I'm also here to tell you, you don't want to live a fake life. You want to live your everyday life. And this is where our soul, so your soul is operating the body. What is depression? So you might be feeling this dark depression, also known as the dark night of the soul. I have a very powerful video on that. It actually heals the body because all the densities, the traumas that you're holding on to, they need to leave the body, and then you become lighter. And the more that we let go of these, densities, we're healthier, and you will actually have your body go through a transformation. We are actually taking on more than ourselves. Some people hear this term chosen one. You, the person that's tuned into this message, you probably will be able to hold your attention all the way through because you're very focused. You are transmuting energies for your entire family lineage. Some things you might be going through, say this trauma, these things, they aren't even me. This might be from my family lineage within your quantum DNA. You might be picking up on things for the collective. That's really what today's lesson is all about. You are going through this life review process where you see from the perspective of other people. But guess what? You might not have to physically go through a near-death experience, but in this previous time, you are saying, you know what? I am picking up on what the collective, what these other people, I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it, and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I'm feeling it. And this is why God actually, this has been happening lately. God takes you out of isolation. God puts you back into isolation. You went out, you met the people. Nature. I like when nature interrupts me. It's better than when the machines do. Please take this moment. If you came on, could you hit that like button? We're trying to get this message out. We're live right now, and people will hear this message, and it's really going to help you understand what you've been going through. So God takes you out of isolation. God puts you back into the, takes you out of isolation, puts you back. Maybe you meet people for a week or two. Thank you, everyone, for that. You meet people. That's you gathering information, and then you go back into isolation, and then you're actually sitting there and you're doing this life review, which a lot of people have talked about if you've been through a near-death experience before. People are seeing things, they're feeling things from the perspective of others. There's a lot of pain in this world, a lot of pain. A lot of people, they don't realize, I show up every day, 9 a.m. Eastern, click subscribe. I appreciate that. They don't know the pain that I walk with on a daily basis. I've been spit on, I've been disrespected, and yet I still keep going. And not only that, now I've heard the stories because I've met everyday life people, and I heard their stories, and your stories are going to be heard on this channel as well. Please keep hitting subscribe, keep sharing the channel, all these things. This is how we grow the community. You might have felt like you're in a holding pattern since November, and you need firsthand experience in order to put things into perspective. You're gathering information. I had a gut-wrenching experience in this year. This is 2025. It is the 9-year. 999, it's over, kid. I went through a gut-wrenching experience. I've never experienced it in my life. I'll talk about, I'm being real with everyone today. The absolute pain that I went through this year for stuff that it doesn't even make sense in the rational mind. And to have that heaven on earth, the other timeline shown to me, and then have it absolutely ripped away right in your face. You could see, you could be right at the gates of heaven, if you will, and you have it absolutely ripped away from you. There is a phrase, be careful what you wish for. Imagine you wished for something your entire life, and you finally saw it right in front of your face, and then you had it ripped away, and God said no. Sit with that, and know the pain that we walk with. We all walk with pain. Celestial Gatekeeper, I appreciate that. Make it happen. Doors are wide open, 888. We have to really focus on that. I'm very grateful for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. 888, everyone hit 888 because the abundance is coming in. The gates are wide open. I think for ourselves, there's all different aspects. But if anyone's getting this message, this is the time period to walk through the gates that are wide open. A lot of people self-sabotage is something that I've talked about on this channel. Don't self-sabotage love, relationships. Don't self-sabotage your vocation in life, changing up your job. You're doing a vocation instead of a job, so on and so forth. You need to come out of the simulation. And that's kind of like what we've felt. It's like we're coming out of the simulation because we're actually just energy. You don't have to be totally Captain Literal Man and think like we're in a literal video game, but there is a simulation to this. And if you've had these experiences, if you've had those ascension symptoms that I discuss, if you have these glitches, and I'm here to share with all of you, this ain't my first rodeo, okay? And where I was years ago is not where I am now. And I've had literal firsthand experience. Once you've seen things, I've literally seen things. I know a lot of people see what's quote unquote supernatural things all the time. The birds are really going crazy right now. Isn't that a great thing? Great synchronicities of the birds. The birds keep going. Now I've had these experiences, and then you start, and once you see that, then you realize there's much more. I call it baseline reality. Baseline reality is there's a reality behind the reality. Ain't that the truth? Did you realize that? Yeah, they are beautiful birds. There's a reality behind the reality, and yeah. Connect with the ones that actually do love you, and that's what we need right now. We need a lot of love. These birds are really going off today. Cliff, I'm very grateful for the super chat. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. I love you, brother. There is pain, and we hear the stories of others. I share about my stories. The pain of having your life smashed apart, number one. There's different types of pain. And, in this recent, what we're going through, quantum shift, this upgrade is taking very long. And I feel the one 2 years ago, and again, if you go back to the beginning of this message, those that just stumbled in, if you go back to 23, and all of this is on my channel page. If you're new, I'm very transparent. I share about the energies. You go back to 2023, and now we're in a different cycle. And this one is grueling. It's longer. It's different. It's very different. And the best way that I could explain it to you, there is pain of having your life smashed apart. I talk about the particle smasher. Your life was smashed apart, and then you saw all the nooks and crannies, and then you saw all these little things. There is a different pain from a missed opportunity. It's a different pain. It was like the love was right in front of your face. The abundance was right in front of your face, and it was snatched away from you. And you're sitting with it maybe for months and months and months. The pain of missed opportunity. And a lot of us are walking with this pain. That's why we need to love today and every day. Deb 1111, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very grateful for you. David Perez, also, thank you very much for the super chat. We are all grateful for what you do, Uncle Mike. I'm grateful for you, David. I love you. It's my honor to do this. I'm grateful for all of you. And it's just also something that I have shared my own things. I want my everyday life to, I'm grateful for my opportunities, but I reflect on, like my personal life. And if you didn't see my full video, because the work I'm doing now is helping the collective break the subconscious programs. and that subconscious program of being alone. I did a video. Do you believe these birds today? Is this a sign? Can you let me know? Click the like button if this is a sign. Do you hear the birds? It's wild. No, but I do know the crows are a spiritual creature. The crows are a spiritual creature. You know, there are levels of lessons, but then it gets to the point where it gets overwhelming. And I've shared this. You know, God has put us in isolation, and I will put myself in isolation in order to, you know, stay away from. If you understand the quantum, if you understand the paradox of detachment, do you understand the paradox of detachment? We have to let go. And even if the outer world, you know, reflects something, we don't want to acknowledge it. And it's difficult. Like some of our loved ones, they don't understand us. You can't speak about these things because you're going to keep looping it, and you have to break the loop. Okay? Lady Zaza Soul gets it. I appreciate you, lady. So there are a lot of things. We're going through this review process, and people that have had a near-death experience, not only do they, you know, like some people say, my life flashed before my eyes, but you actually go through events and you actually experience those events from the perspective of the other person. And this could be good or bad. It's just an interesting thing. Not everything is good or bad. It could, or positive or negative. So if you did something, you know, how did that experience affect the other person? You know, maybe you hurt someone pretty bad and you didn't realize it, and then you're going to have to feel it from their perspective. It's best to do these things and go through it while we're alive, so we can make course adjustments. I talk about how God makes course adjustments for us. It's best to do these course adjustments ourselves. And the more pain that, you know, something is, there's a lot of trauma in the world, a lot of people going through trauma. But there are things that change the trajectory, because the timeline, it is a trajectory. There are certain things that we're going to experience one way or another, but the trajectory, right? We're going in the same general direction, right? Forgiveness is so powerful. Forgiveness is so powerful because if you hold on to these things, it makes you sick. So, and then we're able to forgive people by experiencing what they experienced. You know, and if you don't have these perspectives. Years ago, I was a teacher in a public school, and I dealt with many different children. And one of the things that you know, we discussed as educators is questioning, say on a test, right? Sometimes the tests were good. There's other things. I have other gripes with testing, but this is an important thing. And one of the things is like the testing questions. And we had some students that were, you know, they were maybe say from another country. I just want you to utilize this as a, you know, teachable moment. And there was a question on a test, and how to deal with snow. And some of these, they never saw snow in their life, so they have no perspective of it. So there are people that have never gone through things, and you might not have gone through things. So your life, it might have went through this whirlwind of chaos. And when you went through this whirlwind, you started to experience all the things that these people, they all went through. You know, maybe you went through a drought season where your finances were dried up, you know, and now you know what it's, now you really feel it. Now you know what it's like to, you know, really take every dollar and make the most of it, or whatever the currency is. We're a global community, whatever the currency is that you use, and really understand the power of it. You know, growing up, I had a lot of friends that wasted money on alcohol because they had to go out to the club. These are all things that I talk about. And some people, and again, you know, there are different ways that I present. Today is a different way, but you know, think about it. And think about the power, you know, of currency, right? It's energy, and once you go through it, you kind of respect the power that it has a little bit better. You know, I never got into these things, and you know, it was just part of my life. But sometimes, you know, you go through something, and you know, I was always very, and my mother raised me a certain way, but that's why, you know, then you might go through other attributes where you were done wrong. A lot of us were done wrong post 2020. Were you done wrong post 2020? Number one, I'm here to tell you that, you know, God wanted you to have this life experience. Because you might not have ever had it before. I actually had a great upbringing, and if you're a chosen one, a light worker, whatever the term is that you resonate with, we all are getting a perspective, and we attack it from a different lens. I had a great childhood, and I went through a lot of traumas later in life, as we started nearing 2020 and post 2020. That's my journey. I had a beautiful beginning, and then all of a sudden my life went in, you know. But I also went through the most growth in the past few years. Okay, a lot of people just came on. Very grateful if you could click the like button. So grateful for that. It allows others to get this message. We're a grassroots movement. Appreciate all the people. So we go through seasons, and sometimes you know, you hear this phrase that God gives you only what, weird stuff going on. God only gives you the things that you can handle. And sitting with this for so long, we feel like we can't handle it no more. It's important to dive into gratitude of what you have, because we're all in that holding pattern. It's very difficult. You're in the holding pattern. You're trying to move forward. You can't, and you're not moving forward. And then you start like obsessing over it. There's a lot of people that feel this stuck feeling. Okay, and if you do feel that, I assist, and we all. There are things that we could change very quickly, and some things take us, you know, slightly longer. But when you deal with the quantum, you must break the loop. You must break the subconscious. So these birds are wild. You saw that, right? You saw it? Oh, what's up? Clockwork, I appreciate you. Do you see the birds today? Something is going on. And there's something like, I don't know. I have no clue what's going on right now. We are jumping timelines right now. We're live. We're live on the air. Oh, man. I appreciate everyone coming on. This is also why, you know, I'm out in nature as much as I can. Did you watch our live stream when I was out on the beach? We had 4,000 people tuned in for the live stream. Go to the channel page, check it out. That's why I like to be in nature, because you see all the beautiful messages from God. Sometimes you get him in the YouTube studio, but that sometimes results in glitches in the technology. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you experienced this? Glitches in the technology are not so much fun. No, I haven't, Andrew. I hope it's a good omen. Well, but the birds are going. Birds are going nuts today. The birds are going nuts. And the more so, when you go through the near-death experience, And you have to go and understand this. You go through the near-death experience feeling. You are gaining perspective from other people. You are transmuting the energy. When you go through this, you enact forgiveness. Forgiveness, gratitude. These are the powerful things that allow us to quantum jump. When you go through the near-death experience, it's not just to have your life smashed apart or have your heart ripped away from you. It invokes the ability for forgiveness, gratitude, and when you embody forgiveness, gratitude, then you quantum jump. Jen writes, forgiveness and gratitude are huge. It is a huge time period. I appreciate everyone coming on. It's a very big chat we're having today. It's very powerful. You have to do the things that resonate with you. What calls you? I share about my journey, especially here, doing this world famous YouTube channel. It's a powerful time period, and we want to be well rounded. That's why it's about our everyday lives. Like for example, I did a talk about wealth transfer and XRP. Okay, that video keeps getting views, and it's a powerful video, but that's not something that I want to talk about every single day. Okay, and if you want, check that video out. I do all different chats, and what I do on my journey is I listen to God and what God is telling me to deliver to the people. The people, that's you getting this, you guys push it forward. But that's all that I do. And some days I am, you have to come from a place where you have to be strong like the lion. And we did that over the past week. Did we do that? You can hit the lions in the chat. Today we have to come from the energy of forgiveness, the energy of softness, the energy of love, baby. We got to get that love going. Attitude of gratitude, Lost Knowledge writes, attitude of gratitude, so powerful. When you bring the love energy, and a lot of things are love. It's truthful love, not fake love. A lot of successful people. You want people in your life that get aggravated at you, that give you a hard time when you're not going up to your potential. And that's one of the things that I've done. I know that I've maybe triggered some people because of that, but listen, I want you to reflect on that. And I'm here to, I study other people. If you're a successful person in life, you want to have people in life that give you a hard time when you're not living up to your potential. That is called tough love. This is where we're moving towards, because it's one of my top videos on the channel. Regret is worse than failure. I hope everyone will watch that video that hasn't watched that video. Regret is worse than, you will sit there with the regret of missed opportunities. That's the personal hell that you live through. The regret that you have. I should have made that move. I should have went after that job. I should have talked to that girl. Whatever it might be. Missed opportunities. And then and there's vantage points from both sides. Like this was supposed to be the year of love. Everyone, all the divine counterparts were going to come together, and there's such so many people have shared how they was just running away, a lot of running away, and many missed opportunities, and more people are just you thought, and this is like when you have the rug pulled out from underneath you. Now there's even more pain. That euphoria. Right, Sonia. I know it, Sonia. I know it. It's been a year, but that pain, that very deep pain. Please watch my video on the dark night of the soul. And when I get off here, I'm going to try to put those links. If you're watching the replay, you can just click on those links. They'll pop up at the very end. of the live stream replay. You know, that deep pain, that dark night of the soul, that is what changes you. Well, why is that, Uncle Mike? Oh, I'll tell you, Light Warrior. Because people don't change until the pain of remaining the same exceeds the pain of change. It's very painful to change our ways, change our habits, change our living conditions. All of these things are very difficult. And it's comfortable to remain the same. I appreciate that, Sonia. It's very comfortable. It's not very comfortable, but it's usually comfortable to keep doing what you're doing. Keep on trucking on, baby. But it's painful to change. The coffee is tremendous. One who holds fast to Jesus. It is tremendous today. We have a coffee chat with the birds flying around us nonstop. What do the birds mean today? I'm so grateful for everyone that just came on. Please put a like on this live stream. It allows people to come on, find it live. We had 4,000 on the other day. So if you hit that like, it really does work. I did a full video yesterday. If you want to quantum jump, if you want real life evidence of quantum jumping, then you watch yesterday's video. That's the real life evidence. 4K on the TV. It's 4K. Got to get your 4Ks up. Got to get your Clairs up. And putting yourself in other people's shoes, it's a very powerful, and that was part of my life. That was part of my life because I was a public school teacher, and you know, like I shared with you, you know, my parents were very good to me growing up. Beautiful parents. They're watching this one. So grateful for my parents. But guess what? I helped raise children that were not my own because they didn't have parents. They didn't have good parents. Some of those former students are still watching. I love you guys. And going through, this is what God put me through. To feel the pain of children. And you know, I'm also explaining a lot about me. That's why, you know, even going through what I'm doing this major change. I used to teach kids, and now I teach adults. And you know, to overall the innocence of children, the authenticity of children, and a lot of adults are fake. You know, I got into this thinking that adults were going to be quote unquote adults, and the adults are worse than children. Okay, I encourage anyone that has gone through this transition, that has noticed this, to leave a comment if you've noticed that. But to hear the stories of so many different families, and you know, I'm always going to refer to this quote: society is judged by how they treat their most vulnerable. You know, I encourage great parenting. Some people get triggered. You know, I did a very triggering video this past week, actually a couple of them this past week, because we were in the Lionsgate portal, and we had to unleash the lion. And I ripped apart a lot of people that didn't want to take out the accountability mirror. And some people didn't like that. Some people got triggered because I said exactly the wrong things that you're doing. So, and I'm always going to talk the truth. Always remember that if you have a kid, that's a responsibility. It's not a Gucci bag. Hit the like button if I spoke the truth. And I've seen, I'm really disgusted, because, you know, and then you see the kid there, and you know what was done. I have a tremendous community for years. A lot of things are coming out in this today. Uh, and to hear this is, see, like, I don't know this because I've lived the journey of a single man, never married, no kids. I'm single, ladies. Here I am, still single. It's wild how this world works. But to hear the stories of something called parental alienation. I had to do studying on this because these are people that are part of my community. So I had to study that. There are things that I've lived through, and I've done it through firsthand experience. But there's people out there that go through parental alienation, where one parent makes the child turn on the other parent and uses the child as a pawn. It's called parental alienation, Brandy. And that's what the narcissist does. And I've seen this is too much for children. If you are going to have a child, you make sure that you're coming from the right place. You're not coming from the modern society place. The child is not an object. The child is not a Gucci bag. And I'm here to speak the truth for the children. Please put a like on this video. Please, let's get 1 million people to subscribe to this channel. I'm here to do the work. I'm only able to do this work because all of you, because this is an authentic channel. Everyone hit subscribe today if you're resonating. I appreciate that. We have grown so much since the Lionsgate Portal Week. And I've done some very, very powerful, strong videos the past week, like the lion. Taylor Lee writes exactly 100%, right? Know these things. Know these things. Know this is what's going on. A lot of what I do on this channel, I talk about what's really going on in the world. A lot of people don't know. I addressed it this week, the struggles of the divine masculine alone in this world. The divine masculine will never settle for this nonsense that's going on. And people are really quick to spit on them. But as I shared, I'm going to stand for my brothers and sisters. As I shared, a man of principle will not be moved. And you feel lonely. There's a lot of loneliness in this world. People have asked, what is wrong with society? And the reason why it's out of whack, and again, if I went through this all this past week throughout all the videos, if it's resonating, take a moment, go over to the channel page, click on the first playlist, and I just dove into everything this past week. And we need that divine masculine leadership. We need that divine feminine creativity. A lot of people, and you know, you might be tuned into this. This is more of a people that resonate with the spiritual awakening process, the ascension process, spirituality. They will click into this, and people will take a side and say, "Oh, well, it's got to be the feminine. Oh, it has to be the masculine." And the answer is, you're all wrong. It's balance and alignment, and that's the message that God gave me while I sat out on the beach. You have to understand this. You know, I am a very masculine man. I got a beautiful, I got the beautiful pink. It's actually salmon on today. Let's get the love in the chat. As masculine as I am, and I want you to understand this, especially the men, I must embrace. And usually 20% feminine. I'm not saying that this is the answer, but what I do refer to is the law of 80-20, also known as Pareto's principle. It allows you to keep you in balance. As I shared earlier in the video, you have to have the perspective. So if you don't have the perspective of the other within you, listen carefully to the message. If you don't have the perspective of the other within you, that's out of balance. If you're a woman, if you're the feminine, you have to understand what the masculine is going through. If you are the masculine, you have to understand what the feminine is going through. And I hope I really hit that on the head. It's really easy to build a community and say, pick a side, pick a side, pick a side. No, we're not here to pick sides. We're actually, and I told you this. Oh, this is we're gonna put this one on the t-shirt. We're gonna put this one on the t-shirt. There are no sides to ascension. You don't go left or right in ascension. There is only up. No light without dark. You're absolutely right, brother. You will and that's why you have to have the perspective. That's what this is all about. Absolutely, Krista. There are no, wasn't that a deep thing? These are the deep things. Do you like it deep? I'm the man for the job. These are the deep truths of the universe. There are no sides to ascension. There is only up. And I've shared this before. There are people that did me wrong, but I know that they were my soul family and that they gave me the life lessons. I'm a better man because I needed to go. You have to actually feel it. When you start to realize that, like, if you take that like this is like a simulation and you're not really getting hurt, but it's like you're kind of having that experience, because if you don't have that experience, you can't grow to the next level. You can't ascend from it. Okay, very powerful stuff. Yeah, Brandy. Yeah, please put a like on this video if that resonates. It's a great support to the channel. And if you like me, click subscribe. I do show up every day, 9 a.m. Eastern. And I'm showing people. That's why I keep coming every single day. Keep coming. Wait a second. That's a different energy he has every single day. Oh, because that's how our everyday lives are. We're not Robotrons. I am the same every day. Everything is love and light. Everything. We're going to do the remix. Everything is love and light. No, we're not Robotrons. No, you gotta, sometimes you gotta plunge yourself into the darkness. Sometimes you have to feel the pain. You gotta feel it. Zay Ling Star writes, bitterness is contagious sometimes. Absolutely. So what you gotta do, you gotta get into that forgiveness. You gotta go barefoot on the beach. Watch my videos out on the beach. That's really going to help you out. John found this channel last week. I appreciate you being here. It's divine timing. It's a divine timing week. Walking with Spirit writes, the live stream glitched. Can you hit 555 if you're here? Click the like button if you're here. If I see these things, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going on this live stream today. You got to go. You got to go barefoot on the ground. And you have to be well-rounded. You need to know, a lot of you have watched the channel. I know how to swing the fire sword of Archangel Michael. And I also know how to be Uncle Mike, Archangel Michael. I know how to do it all. Oh, Esther, Queen Esther taught me years ago. You could get the crowns in the chat for Queen Esther. Queen Esther taught me the most powerful thing she taught me. Yeah. Some things that your loved ones that teach you over the course of your life, these are very simple things, but they're very powerful things. And she taught me there's a time for this and a time for that. There's a time to be strong and there's a time to be loving. There's a time to be motherly and there's a time to be the divine masculine and put the hammer down, 10-4. Time to lay the hammer down, 10-4. So that's what you have to do. All emotions are contagious, yeah. That's why, could we overload the chat with the beautiful hearts? I appreciate if you send me love. I'm sending you guys love back. Let's send as much love as possible right now. Amy Sunshine Ray writes, rise of the royals. The royals are rising right now. The ripple is real. That's an interesting synchronicity. Where'd it go? I lost the chat is just moving by too fast. I'm sorry. Yeah, the ripples of the universe. That's also known as the butterfly effect. You are sending an electromagnetic signature into the quantum field. And you guys give me the positive energy back. The ripples in smooth water. Amy writes, yeah. Henry writes, good vibes. I appreciate you, Henry. I appreciate everyone that came on. Know that the near-death experience that you go through is a real thing. It needs to be, know that you go through it. Know the pain. Leave comments on, did you go through a lot of pain since November of 2024? I talk about the seasons that God puts us in on this channel. You might felt like you were in a hole, a very, like, right? You said, oh, what happened? And you got into 2025. We're leaving this message. It's going to last the test of time. 2025. This is the 9 year. You said it had all this pain. Is the pain worth it? I guess we'll see. How do you not know if the pain is worth it yet? Because these are quantum shifts. These are quantum events. You don't, maybe that what you went through is worth it. You don't realize what you're putting out to the universe. We all had a lot of that this year. So I appreciate each and every one of you. We have Facebook. I've been doing a lot of Facebook live streams lately. Hit me up on Facebook. We have TikTok. We have Patreon. Grateful for the support there. Grateful for everyone that became a channel member. That allows me to keep doing this work. Grateful for everyone's support in this past week. It's been a very powerful week for all of us. We made it through. And when the energies go high, it's great change. It's great change. And we are, Midge. We are. It's growing every second. And I'm grateful because we're doing it because of all of you. Before I get off, please put a like on this video in the now moment. It allows people to get this. And if you watched a replay, if you missed the beginning, I really broke this down. All right. The live stream's a little bit different than when I do the pre-recorded videos. I do everything on this channel. So all these things that you're doing, you're hitting like, you're hitting subscribe, you're hitting the share button. Maybe you have some people in your everyday life that you say, you know what, I'm going through a near-death experience. I'm having a lot of pain. God has put me in the shoes of others. And I went through this already as a public school teacher. Feel the pain of our children. Feel the pain of our children. You got to feel it. You know, I've been through a lot of pain this year, and I'm grateful for everyone that has stood by my side, because I still showed up I didn't stop. I didn't stop, Light Warriors. And a lot of the pain that I experience, it doesn't even rationally make sense. You know, certain things, and people assume, but the pain that you go through, it might actually come from a missed opportunity. But these are the things that God puts us through, because maybe we just won't change if we don't feel this pain. It's like a near-death experience. I love you all. Put any love that you want on this video, a comment, a like, a share. A share is really good. I appreciate you all, and we'll be back on tomorrow. 9 a.m. Eastern, and there are very powerful videos if you are new to this channel this past week. Grateful. Watch another video. Any one that you want, watch another video today. It's so powerful. I love you guys. Keep going, kid. That's all we could do.